What's going on, YouTube, fam? This your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For my day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. With that being said, let's get right into the story. When we leave home every day, most of us understand it's no guarantee we will make it back. You don't have to be involved in nothing street. You can get in a car accident on the way to work or be pulled over by a cop having a bad day. That's why for most, they put their trust and faith in a higher power. Most know we are living in some evil times, and being prayed up and holding on to whatever you believe in keeps a lot of individuals sane, especially in a world where sadly enough, our worst enemies are other people. We know it's a lot of individuals moving around daily outside with undiagnosed mental health issues, emotional problems, temper problems, and we all try to control what we do because you simply can't control others. Our goal is just to make it home safely. For most Americans, they are big on their Second Amendment right to bear arms. In most places, if you don't have a felony conviction or over a certain age, you can walk into any gun store and legally buy a firearm. I often tell my wife, guns don't kill people, people do. You have individuals who have owned guns for 20 years. They never had to pull them out. They are simply for protection, to protect their homes, families, and themselves from any kind of danger that might be lurking. They are playing defense. But on the flip side of that, you have people that get guns and feel untouchable. They walk around looking for trouble. And a run-in with somebody like that could be fatal. And on this episode of Hood Tales, we'll be taking it to Tacoma, Washington to discuss the case of a man who walked into a hospital with a switch and took a teen's life all over a look. Earlier this year, 18-year-old Jaedyn Williams was a typical teen navigating life in Washington state. Described as loving, ambitious, and outgoing, Jaedyn had big dreams and he was looking forward to the future. He loved spending time with his family and friends, but also his girlfriend, who we will call Sierra for the sake of the story. The two did what most young couples do, hang out, hit the town, and it seemed all was well. On August 6th of this year, Jaedyn woke up in a little bit of pain. His elbow was hurting him. As the day went on, he tried to ignore it, but eventually he told Sierra that maybe they should go to the emergency room to see what was wrong. They headed to Multi-Care Allen Moore Hospital in Tacoma, Washington, around 6:30 p.m. When they pulled up, they both got out of the car and started walking towards the entrance. When the car drove past, cut up the music loud, and the driver started looking in their direction. The couple at first paid it no mind and walked into the hospital to check in. The man who was driving the car with the music turned up also walked in not long after and sat down. Not thinking nothing of it, Jaedyn was waiting to be seen, hopefully to get relief for his elbow, when the man that was driving the car approached him and his girlfriend. He asked Jaedyn, like, "What, you know me or something, bro?" In which the young man replied, "No, I don't." Then the man asked the teen, "So why you was looking at me driving?" In which Jaedyn stated, "I wasn't looking at you at all." That's when the man then replied, "It's about to get real switchy up in here," referring to a gun with a modified button on that to shoot rounds faster. And before any more words were spoken, in the middle of a crowded hospital, shots went off. Tacoma police were called to the hospital around 7:05 p.m. When they arrived, they found Sierra suffering from a graze wound to the stomach, but Jaedyn was shot multiple times, and unfortunately, he wouldn't survive his injuries. Shocked and confused, police thought some kind of enemy followed the young man to the hospital and shot him. But Sierra told police it was a perfect stranger. They never saw the man, and he just drove past them playing music on their way in the hospital before confronting Jaedyn. Police got surveillance video from the hospital, and also a description of the suspect. As they viewed the footage, it showed the car drive by the couple, then park up as they went inside the hospital. Then after the shooting, a tall man with dreads ran back to the car, jumped in, and sped off. It didn't have a standard Washington tag, which by law up there is supposed to be on the front of the car and the back, but the front wasn't there, preventing police from getting a tag number. But once they released still footage to the news, they were able to get in contact with local dealerships who had just sold a Mazda just like the one the shooter was driving earlier this year, and it was registered to a young man, 25-year-old Martrice Ryan. Detectives were able to also pull up a traffic stop from earlier this year in June that showed Martrice being pulled over in the same car for not having a front license plate. With that, a warrant was put out for the young man, and not long after, he was pulled over again for the same thing, and this time he had a warrant for first-degree hit. Inside the car was a Glock box, but it was empty. Police soon realized Martrice owned 6 registered firearms, including 2 10mm, which were the caliber shell casings found at the hospital. He was taken into custody, charged with first-degree hit and other charges, and what was deemed a senseless shooting over a look. At Martrice's first court date, the judge looked at the young man and told him how serious the charges were against him. Jaedyn's father was in the courtroom, and he felt it was just evil that the young man had no regard for life. The judge agreed, and he was given a no bond. As of now, this case hasn't made its way to court yet, and Martrice is innocent until proven otherwise. Rest in peace to Jaedyn. I send my prayers and condolences to his family. 18 years old, not out in the streets, not looking for trouble, but you lose your life going to a hospital. It reminds me of the times we live in and how cheap life is, like the people that went to the grocery store in Buffalo and lost their life doing something as simple as shopping. I will never understand people like Martrice. You literally crashed out, walked into a crowded hospital with a switch, actually shoot over a look. It's like Shorty was itching for a life sentence or to use that gun. But I want to leave this one open for discussion. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on the situation in the comments. And remember, we gotta succeed, not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Yeah, man, this is a super crazy story. Rest in peace, that young man. I definitely send my prayers to his family. But I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. This is another episode of Hood Tales. This your boy Tony 2 times. Love, fam. I'm out.